Hi, it's Roni, and welcome to my channel and Moira's 1000 Subbie Party and Giveaway. Yeah, we are going to take you all around the world in this hop. There is a bunch of links down below for everybody else in the hop, and they'll be taking you all kinds of places. Me, I'm taking you to Washington, D.C. Yeah, my grandson went there, so I am doing a page for his album today. But make sure you go to Moira's channel. You might want to go there first so you know what all to do, because she has plenty to give away. And she made this awesome pop and put all this together so that everybody can participate, because we all love Moira. But on my layout, I am going to layer my picture like 3 times with 3 different colors. I was just going to do that heather color. My daughter told me that the brownish gray is called heather. I was just going to do it and a light mint, kind of a dusty mint. But then I thought I really need another color so it won't be monochromatic, or in my thoughts at the moment was monotone. So he has a little bit of red on his shirt, so I decided to make that an accent color. Um, you see how I cut part of that picture off? Well, I had to. I couldn't move it over any farther. I didn't want to cover up the word awesome. And he's standing in that picture in the background, and I just barely missed covering him up. I mean, I used all the space I could use. And I thought about cutting the pictures down. I did think about doing that, but I wanted to make sure the Capitol building showed up pretty good in the first one since it's behind me. And then the second one, it turned out blue when I printed it. I don't know why, but it turned out blue. So I had to put a filter on it so it'd be a different color and would go with my layout. Um, right now I put, well, it's a paper clip and it has an ampersand on it. And I thought, well, I'm going to use that and put it in the middle of my O on the awesome. And so it says explore and discover. And then, of course, awesome in the background. So that's my title. And here you can see me. It's a Jolie's Boutique Capitol building. So it's a 3D sticker. But that green was just way too bright for my layout. I mean, it just did not go. So I went and pulled the pieces off and used them as a template so I could get them close to the right size. And I'm making the bushes over, well, I think trees and bushes maybe. And I'm doing it with that light dusty mint that's laying there. And I'm inking it just so I could distinguish one bush from another or one tree from another, and it'll show up just a little bit better. But yeah, I'm just tucking them all back in the same places that the bright green was at, and I'm going to use it on my layout. It's going to take me a minute to figure out where to put it on my layout, but I'm going to use it on my layout. I bought it before he ever went on his trip when we first found out he was going, because I knew I'd have pictures to scrap. And it's been sitting a while waiting on me to scrap with it. And this is the only ones of the Capitol building. So yeah, I'm going to use it on this layout. And I thought I was going to use it there. See, I left it there and everything. Then I pulled the word adventure out. Oh, I wanted to use that. I forgot I wanted to use this. And that's from Chamel. It was like a whole sheet done with words on it. And I think it was Go Now Go. And I had cut them all apart so I could use them on different layouts. And I thought, I want to use that on here. He was out of high school. He was in college, and he went to a think tank in Washington, D.C. for a week, and they had meetings every day, but it wasn't an all-day thing, so they still had time to sightsee and have fun. I had to put foam tape on the bottom of this because I had so many layers on that picture. It was like I had foam tape behind it, and I had to bring the sides of it up to meet the part that's overlapping the picture. These are October afternoons, and I'm trying to think of what they're called, blurbs or something. I can't remember. It's been so long. But it had some gray ones in there, and I thought the gray will go really good with my layout. So I pulled out a paper clip that had a little flag on it, and it has gray stripes. And I tucked the check this out underneath it. And then it was epic, the one I'm doing right now. Instead of putting it behind all the layers, I just put it behind the picture on one layer. So it'll look more three-dimensional there. I put the right here on the picture with the Capitol building. And see the arrow that I'm working with right now? Since he's so tiny in that picture, and he's pretty dark too, because it was dusk, and I don't know why it turned out blue since the lights was on the inside of the Capitol building, and you could see it, and it had to be dusk, but it had such a blue tint to it that I had to get rid of that. But he's standing there, and he got his picture taken. I thought, you would almost missed him if it weren't for the arrow. So yeah, I've got an arrow on there. I pulled out brads to use with my adventure. It's kind of a brown color, and so I went ahead and used brown with it. The Explore and Discover are black, and they're the only two black things on there so far. So I'm going to end up adding something else that's black before I'm done with my layout. I'm taking these stickers out now, and they say tickets, things we saw, places we went, souvenirs this way, and is this the line? I picked that one out first because I thought it'd be funny saying he's in line that far away from the Capitol building. But I've been in some pretty long lines before. Maybe not one quite that long, but some pretty long lines. I decided to layer them. First, I kind of hid them in the heather parts of the stripes and the letters, and then I decided I wanted them to show up a little bit more, so I'm layering them in the mint, and I will layer them in the red also, and then they're going to show up a little more. Between that and the fact that I'm going to overlap them and have part of the words on the white and part of it on the heather color. What am I doing now? Oh, I am redoing my camera. Since I had red in the pictures, and I haven't put red on the other words yet, I thought I'd add a little bit of red on my camera, so I'm taking it apart and punching it. And it has those little tiny, really fat foam squares. And so my camera was up pretty high, and I wanted it to be down lower, so I just punched some smaller circles to go underneath the circle part. And then I'm going to pull the sticker off underneath that heart, the foam sticker. And not all of it's going to come. It's going to leave a little bit. And so I'm just going to go with that and put the little heart back on there and just have it up just a tiny bit. I pulled out some freckled font, and I thought this was washi tape, but it's not, because it feels kind of funny. And then when I'm putting it under here right now, it kind of breaks apart. It's kind of brittle. And so you will see me pick it up and look at it again and touch it. So I think it's a really thin plastic, but since I've had it for a long time, I guess it got brittle. So it's stuck on there too, because I'm going to try to pull the top one up to tuck something beneath it in a little while, and it will not come up. It's going to stay right where it's at. So I will be covering most of that top one up, even though I do like those little white stars going across there. I thought it'll be patriotic. It's Washington, D.C. But you're going to see the ones on the bottom, and when all's said and done, just two on the top part. This is my die. I believe it's from Lawn Fawn. No, My Favorite Things. It came from My Favorite Things. I am going to layer it on top of some of that mint paper, and then I'm going to tuck it underneath that adventure to fill in that spot there. It's kind of big to be considered captured space, but it still was there, and it still kind of bugged me, so I had to fill it in with something. And this is what I decided to use. Since I had the word explore and discover and they were black, I thought I need to repeat the black one more place on here. So I'm using it for my Viewmaster reel. And see how those green spots just show up so bad on there? They're going to kind of drive me batty. I'm going to have to do something with them. So once I put the little enamel dots down, I'm going to get to thinking about what to do with it. But I'm going to do one other thing first. But see that gap there between the enamel dots and down there at the word adventure? I wanted to use that Rolodex journaling card. I tried it. I moved it over there, but it wasn't quite the right red. It kind of was an orangish red. So I just tossed it over to the side and I pulled out my punch and I used my little notebook punch and just tucked that down in there. And these are my Martha Stewart punches, and they make little letters that fit perfectly in that viewfinder reel. And so, yeah, I'm going to put fun there. I wanted to put his name, 5 letters, his name, but then I thought, it's his album. He knows his name. So I decided not to put his name. And I tried DC in my mind. I mean, I'm trying all this stuff in my mind. And I thought about site, SITE, like, this is a site. And I finally decided to put fun and put a star on each side. So I pulled out my punch that makes the little tiny stars and stuck one on each side. And so that's it, I think. I think I'm done with my layout. But if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you who are, thank you so much. But don't forget, down there below will be a link to Moira's channel, so you can make sure you know everything that you need to do to get in on the drawings. And also there'll be links to all over the world with other gals doing layouts of their travel photos. But go to all of them, give them some love, and definitely go to Moira's and give her some love. And congratulate her on her 1,000 subbies. But thank y'all so very much. I hope you have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.